They meet in Casablanca, bidding for their consolation prize of the bronze medal. Egypt waits for a first AFCON title since 2010 will continue after they were beaten in a semi-final 1-0 by Senegal, consigning them to the bronze medal match for the first time since 1984. Not since 1974 have Egypt won the third place playoff. But whatever the outcome here, they can count this tournament as somewhat of a success due to bettering their last 16 exits in 2023. Their last 4 defeats ended in a 6-match unbeaten run, winning 5, drawing 1. And given that was sparked with a 2-1 friendly victory over Nigeria themselves, a return to winning ways to sign off their AFCON campaign on a high certainly seems plausible for the first of Egypt. And for Nigeria, they had been AFCON's dominant force all the way up to the semi-finals, but they met their match in the last 4 and were dumped out by Morocco on penalties after a goalless draw across 120 minutes. The Super Eagles had made light work of everyone in their path proud, winning all 5 preceding games and of course scoring 2+ goals in each. So they certainly have the pedigree to secure a first bronze medal since 2019 right here. History is firmly on their side in their quest to do so, as Nigeria have won in all 7 of their proud third-place playoff matches, while recent history of 9 wins from their last 13 games, drawing 1, losing 3, also makes for pleasant reading. Welcome to your champions dial, Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. Definitely we are on the way right there in Casablanca. Super Eagles of Nigeria playing from left to right, and for Egypt playing from right to left. Super Eagles of Nigeria donning their traditional home colors in this encounter. The green shirts, green shorts and green socks. While for the Pharaohs, a red shirt, white shorts and of course black socks as well. Make that 3 minutes of football being played right there in Casablanca. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The first of Egypt nil is the third place playoff final for the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025. Definitely Super Eagles of Nigeria starting like a house on fire, just winning the first corner of this encounter, won by Samuel Chukwueze, the man who missed the penalty against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Just kicked that one against the Egyptian defender. Quickly a look at the Gladiators doing battle for Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's a 4-3-3 formation between the sticks, Stanley Wambali Bobo. The defenders are Bruno Nyomechi, just number 13. Ogbu Igo, just number 5. Shemilo Gwaja, just number 6. Brighter Said Sami, just number 2. Fisel Dele Bashir, just number 10. Rafael Onyedika, just number 18. Sami Chukwueze, just number 11. Moses Simon, the skipper, just number 15. Paul Onuachi, just number 19. Of course, Jerome Akwa Adams, just number 22 for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, a corner will be taken from the right-hand side. Samuel Chukwueze looking to just whip this one into the penalty box. And the referee definitely speaking to both teams right there. All are pushing, talking, of course, pulling up shirts inside the penalty box. Now, Omen bouncing inside the penalty area for Nigeria. Yes, swung in and out swinger by Samuel Chukwueze. Well dealt with by the Egyptians. And for the Egyptians, they are Gladiators in a 4-2-3-1 formation in between the sticks. Ufa, Shober, just number 36 for the defenders, Mohamed Ani, just number 3, Rami Rabia, just number 5, Hamdi Fati, just number 14, Khalid Sobi, just number 2, Zizu, just number 25, Mohamed Lashin, just number 17, Mohamed Salah, just number 10, Imam Ashur, just number 8, Mahmoud Trezeguet, just number 7, and of course the lone striker up front, Mustafa Mohamed, just number 11. On the substitute bench for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I've got Francis Odinaka Uzoho, Amas Obasioge, Zedu Sanusi, Ademola Lukman, Frank Onyeka, Victor James Osimhen, Mohamed Usman, Alexi Wobi, Chidozie Waziem, Chidera Ejuke, Salim Fagolawal, Ebenezer Kinsomiro, Rian Alebioshu, not forgetting Tochukwu Nadi. And for the Egyptians on the bench, we've got Mohamed Asobi, Mohamed Shihata, Ahmed El Shinawi, Mohamed El Shinawi, Mustafa Fati, Ibrahim Adel, Osama Faisal, Omar Mamouche, Ahmed Aid, Mahmoud Saba, not forgetting Mohamed Ismail. And for the coaches, the coach of Egypt, Hossam Hassan. And for the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Sekushel. Well, the referees in charge of this game, definitely the man with the whistle is Jalal Jayed. A man is indeed a Moroccan. Assistant referee 1, Zakaria Brinsi. A Moroccan. Assistant referee 2, Akakad Mustafa, another Moroccan. Assistant referee 3, Hassani Khalil, a Tunisian. The 4th official, Peter Waweru Kamako, all the way from Kenya. And of course, the VAR from Algeria, Lalou Ben Braham. Assistant VAR 1, another Tunisian, Haytham Guirat. Assistant VAR 2, Hamza El Farik, a Moroccan. And the referee assessor from Cote d'Ivoire, Sinko Zeli. Well, for the referee, Jalal Jayed, man officiated 2 games in the group stage of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Recall, he took charge of the Uganda-Tanzania clash, which ended in a 1-1 draw, and of course also saw 2 penalty kicks awarded in that encounter. Besides, he was the center man for the tie between Mozambique and of course Cameroon, which ended with the Lions winning 2-1. During the 2 matches, 8 yellow cards were shown. This will be the first match that the Moroccan referee will officiate for the Egyptian national team. Does that mean that we should be expecting a whole lot of yellow cards in this encounter? Definitely only time will tell. 7 minutes on the clock, Egypt 0, Nigeria 0. This is the voice of yours truly, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. I shall be your lead commentator for this Sports City encounter. And of course, I will not be running solo. You already heard their voices. Let me take you to Abeokuta. Welcome back, Maximum Go Poacher.
Yes, thank you very much, Donald Senna. Just as I was expecting, the game has started with both sides are coming in as, a lot is at stake here. History is at stake. The Egyptians know that this is a stage where they must show that they are not just the most successful AFCON team, they are also a team that is bound for the World Cup. Yes, I've seen glimpses of that. While for the Super Eagles, just seem as if the players who have been given the nod know exactly what it means to return back home with a podium finish. So it has started very lively, both sides sizing up each other, but then the Super Eagles just enjoying a slight edge in terms of possession and, of course, their opportunity created in the first 8 to 9 minutes thereabout. So it's been more of a Super Eagles, but take nothing away from the Pharaohs of Egypt. Like I did say, a whole lot is at stake, and they know it. They definitely would fancy beating the Super Eagles this evening.
Well, Maximum Go Poach, I don't think that the talks of officiating right there at the AFCON can be overemphasized or even underestimated. Looking at the man with the whistle, Jalal Jaya, the Moroccan. I mean, the Moroccans actually knocked out the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the semi-finals, and now you've got a Moroccan officiating this encounter. Not just the center referee, assistant referee 1, a Moroccan, assistant referee 2, another Moroccan, and of course you've got a Tunisian. Nigeria also faced Tunisia in the group stage. We've got an Algerian as well in this game serving as a VAR. Assistant VAR, another Tunisian, of course, assistant VAR, another Moroccan. Safe to say that almost all of them, except for the referee assessor, they are all North Africans, officiating a game involving North Africa and, of course, West Africa. And when you look at the West African nation, the nation has faced 2 out of this North African nation. Another goal for coming from CAF.
It's an open secret that the officiating and the 35th edition of Africa Football Showpiece has been porous, to say the least. The appointment of officials for these games has left many bewildered. Nobody understands exactly what a CAF expects to achieve at the end of the day when you are bringing a referee from a particular region who has a nation from that part of the continent playing against, for instance, West Africa versus North, and you have a West African official. Yes, you might say they are professionals, but a sentiment has a way of just crippling in, and you never can tell when these referees decide to go south. And again, you also want to look at CAF in general, because when you look at Morocco's conduct at this Nations Cup, it's definitely not one that we can celebrate, because it seems like they are running their show. I don't know where CAF comes in at some point. Did you see the Nwabali incident?
Yeah, where his towel was taken.
I I thought they should have officials in place, seeing all of these things. But it just seems as if the Kingdom of Morocco took the right to host the Nations Cup, and not just the right, they took the right, every right that CAF has from them, while the Nations Cup is ongoing right there in Morocco. It's really sad, really disappointing, to say the least, when you talk about officiating at the African Cup of Nations.
Make that 11 minutes of football being played right there in Casablanca. But the game is currently going on right there at the Stade Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca, Morocco. A ball now in the hands of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Stanley Wabali. Yeah, kicks that one long into the half of the Egyptians. Egyptians just dispossess Moses Simon. Now in the hands of the Egyptians. And now back to the Egyptians from the left. Trezeguet moves into the half spaces. And now goes all the way back to Mohamed Lashin. Lashin to Zizo. Zizo was almost dispossessed by Moses Simon. And now back to the defender Ramir Rabia. Rabia now finds Khalid Sobi. Khalid Sobi from the left moves into the half spaces. Now moving to the center circle. Yes, still Sobi moving forward. What a fine challenge coming from Shemilo Gwaja. He just shooting the ball off Mohamed Lashin. Shooting at this AFCON so far so good. Looking at the longer list of North African officials taking charge of this game. What do you think about CAF and of course the hosting of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations? Well, Raymond, I guess you need to unmute your mic. We can't hear you.
Are you there?
Yes, we are here. Can you hear us?
Yes, I hear nothing apart officiating is concerned. I'm not to worry about the point between Nigeria and Morocco. The Ghanaian referee, after the the whole encounter, that the Super Eagles did not really rise to the feature. So I don't expect anything more than that. CAF has not made any official protest, any official statement regarding all the protests, including Nigeria and Nigeria, of course, from Nigeria because Morocco. We saw it all, and we are praying that CAF should not let this tournament be messed up by referees who are not alive to their responsibility. So any referee that wants us to remember them in bad light, to the people misbehaving, but I think any referee that has this career to protest will always come up with something interesting. Bad books of the media, of course, the history of the National Cup. So let's take a look. Let's see what he wants from him. We are killed.
Well, Raymond, I'm sure you've gotten wind of the story that the Confederation of African Football CAF has confirmed that the winner of this third place match will not receive their bronze medals immediately after the game. Despite a reported dissatisfaction from both Nigeria and Egypt over the arrangement, CAF has insisted that the presentation of bronze medals will only take place after the final on Sunday. And according to CAF, the team that secures a third place will be required to travel to Rabat where the official medal presentation ceremony will be held alongside other closing events of the tournament. The decision means that whichever side emerges victorious in this encounter will have to wait an extra day before being formally recognized for finishing third at the Morocco 2025 AFCON. Are you pleased with this arrangement from CAF?
It's a body, and as I said, everything we do, good or bad, we will remember for it. But waiting for clarification from this it seems like clumsy, but I thought it would be true with this place game that is ongoing. So I think that we'll be focusing only on the game tomorrow. But that has to mean we have to wait for the minute. And of course, we have no real option. Let's actually find out tomorrow after the medal presentation takes place but definitely I think that's a clumsy, but that's not support. So I'm getting the first thing. That's what we're taking the list of paper.
Make that a quarter of an half being played right there in Casablanca. Egypt nil, Nigeria nil. Perhaps you are just stumbling on your listening device. This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. Live coverage of this third place final. Egypt versus Nigeria. Definitely for both nations, they would have expected to just make it as far as the final and clinch the title. For the first of Egypt, the last one, the AFCON far back in 2010. The most successful nation to have won the title. Having won it 7 times. For Super Eagles of Nigeria, the last 2 won it in 2013. Their third title. Made it as far as the final in 2024. The last edition, only to lose out today. Host nation, the Ivorians. Shot on target after 15 minutes, 0 to Egypt, 1 to Nigeria. When you look at both nations in this competition, so far so good. Nigeria, they've been able to score 14 goals, and of course Egypt 9. Egypt now counter-attacking from right-hand side. They now move to the half spaces. Mo Salah. Oh, what a true ball coming from Mo Salah. To find Trace Gay inside the penalty box of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And for Stanley Wambali Bobo, just came out as a super goalkeeper to do the loss of job. A referee blows his whistle, Jalal Jayed. Once again, a replay of that one. That was indeed a sumptuous pass from Mo Salah. Defense splitting pass. Bright Osai Samuel had no idea how that ball just went past him. Stanley Wambali Bobo came out as a super goalkeeper. And now the Eagles attacking from the right. Samuel Chukwueze, yes, in his favorite position. Whips in that cross. Looking to find Paul Onuachu's Trabzonspor. Headed away by the Egyptian. And of course, Khalid Sobi had the ball, just wanted to cut. Samuel Chukwueze had the last touch. It will be a goal kick to the Egyptians. Camera pans on the gap of the Egyptians. Definitely, man is not here to joke. Hossam Hassan, who was born on the 10th of August 1966. Man is an Egyptian professional football manager and of course a former player who played as a striker. Currently the head coach of the Egypt national team. He was a prolific goal scorer in his days. He is Egypt's all-time top scorer with 69 goals in 177 appearances. His twin brother, Ibrahim, also played professional football and they shared teams for most of their extensive careers. They were known as the Hassan brothers, Hossam Hassan. Man was born in Helwan, Cairo, in Egypt. He is 59 years of age. We're looking at just winning this bronze medal for the Pharaohs of Egypt. And now they've got the ball in the center circle. Just passing the ball neatly, calmly from one man to another. And now with Rami Rabia. Rabia now to Sobi. Sobi just passes the ball to Trezeguet. Intercepted by Brato Saisame. Now to Samuel Chukwueze. To Officiating Delebashiru. Now to Shemilogo Ajayi. At a walking pace, just now 6 man. Who got the first goal of this ongoing AFCON for Super Eagles of Nigeria? That was against the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. And now to Brato Saisame. Brato from the right. And now finds Shemilogo Ajayi. Ajayi still waiting for a player to come and receive the ball. And now finds Officiating Delebashiru. Delebashiru now to, or rather, Onyemechi to Bashiru. Still with the Bashiru in the center circle. And now to Onyemechi. Onyemechi with a long one. Looking to find Samuel Chukwueze. But that was too long to be met by Samuel Chukwueze to roll out of play. It will be a throw into the Egyptians. To be taken by Khalid Sobi. Deep in their own half from the left-hand side. Chukwueze chewing gum. Definitely chew the chances of Nigeria to progress to the final with that awful penalty against the Atlas Lions. Now, Stanley Wambali Bobo called to action once again. Passes the ball to Sayo Delebashiru. Bashiru now finds Moses Simon. Still with Simon. Twisting and turning, the skipper of the team. Moves to the left-hand side. Now finds Bruno. Bruno back to Moses Simon from the left. And now Super Eagles of Nigeria attacking. One-on-one with his marker. Mohamed Hani is still with Moses Simon. Dribbles his man. Whips in across. Headed away by the Egyptian. It will roll out of play to be a throw into Super Eagles of Nigeria to be taken by Bruno Nyemechi by the left. Yeah, taken quickly. Finds his teammates. Now in the center circle. Shemilogo Ajayi. Ajayi now to Bright. Bright lifts it for Samuel Chukwueze. Now back to Bright. Osai Samuel. Osai. A short pass to Fisayo. Back to Osai. Osai still with the ball. And now finds Shemilogo in the heart of defense. Today not partnering Kevin Bassi because Kevin Bassi received a yellow card in the last game. He definitely sits out this one. Partners Igo Ogbu. And now with Fisayo. Just on 10 man. Now comes back to receive the ball. Still with Fisayo. Deep in the half of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes. Now, get the goalkeeper involved. Stanley Wambali Bobo. Stanley. Back to Fisayo. And now to Shemilogo. And now to Rafael Onyedika. Stanley. Stanley kicks that one into the half of the Egyptians. We roll to no man in particular, but an Egyptian who gets the ball neatly towards Hamdi Fati. Just my 40 man. And now Egyptians will attack. Mo Salah. Salah of Liverpool. Yes, games are also ongoing in other parts of Europe as well. Right there in the English Premier League. Chelsea 1, Brentford 0, 65 minutes on the clock. Leeds 0, Fulham 0. Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. Sunderland 1, Crystal Palace 1. Tottenham 0, West Ham 1. Right there in the French League on, RC Lyon 0, Auxerre 0. In the German Bundesliga, Dortmund 2, St. Pauli 2. From 2 goals down, St. Pauli have come back to get 2 goals of their own. Mo Salah inside the penalty box, 1-on-1 with Shemilogo Ajayi. The referee blows his whistle. Yeah, Mo Salah actually used his hand to handle the ball inside the penalty box. Not Mo Salah actually. Talk about Mustafa Mohamed. Yes, control the ball with his left hand. And of course, Shemilogo Ajayi just signaled that one to the official, and they did agreed with him. It to be a free kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria in their own penalty box. Right then in German Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund have been awarded a penalty. Donando said FC Cologne 2, Mainz 1. Yes, they convert the penalty. 90 plus of 5 minutes. 90 plus of 5 minutes, Dortmund convert the penalty. Hamburger 0, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0. 90 plus 7. And of course, Hoffenheim 1, Leverkusen 0. 90 plus 7. Wolfsburg 1, Heidenheim 1. 90 plus 6 minutes, Borussia Dortmund convert the penalty. 3-2. Right then in Italian Serie A, Donando said Inter they beat to the next 1-0. Recall an early kickoff in the Premier League, which was the Manchester derby. United beat Man City 2-0. Back to the Stade Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. Super Eagles of Nigeria 0. The Pharaohs of Egypt 0. A player now down on the top. Yes, quickly back on his feet to talk about Hamdi Fati. Went up for an aerial challenge against Apollo Nacho. And now play resumes. Mo Salah. Still with Mo Salah. Looking for that 1-2 pass with Mustafa Mohamed. Still with Mustafa. Now finds another teammate. They switch now play to the left-hand side. Khalid Sobi. Now drops it to Trezeguet. Trezeguet 1-on-1 with his marker. And now back to Emam Ashaw. Emam Ashaw with a beautiful cross-field pass. Well intercepted by Moses Simon. He also loses the ball quickly to Mohamed Lashin. And now to the right, Mo Salah. Mo Salah drops a pass at penalty box. Yeah, man, we've seen a cross. Wow. Well intercepted by the defender of Super Eagles of Nigeria. What a beautiful play coming from Zizo of Egypt. Even the gaffer applauds the team's play right there. A beautiful interception coming from the Nigerian. Zizo knows that was indeed a big chance gone begging. It will be a corner to Egypt to be taken by Mohamed Salah from the right. It's actually a short one, passes to a teammate. Now they drop it to the right-hand side. Man will look at whipping it down one to another Egyptian player, who will look at a rebuilding attack once again. Cross-field pass now to the left. And now finds Khalid Sobi with a beautiful chest control. Sobi now goes to Rami Rabia. Rabia. And now to Hamdi Fati. Back to Rabia. Rabia now finds Sobi. Or rather, Trezeguet. Brings down his opponent. And Fisai Delebashi, referee blows his whistle. It will be a free kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Trezeguet still complaining. Doesn't understand how the referee blew that one against him. Now, free kick taken quickly. Well, Fisai Delebashi unable to just drop a neat pass to Paul Onuachu. They lose ball possession. Now, Mo Salah in the center circle. Salah now drops a neat pass to Emam Ashaw from the left. Ashaw, 1-on-1 with the Bright. Now drops it to Sobi. Sobi looking to cross in, went intercepted by Shemilogo Ajayi. Now to Bright Osayi Samuel. Looking to counter-attack the Egyptians. Osayi now moving. Osayi still moving. Still Osayi. Looking to Pharaohs right there. Mo Salah comes back to defend and of course assist. Still with Mo Salah from the left. Salah now drops it to Sobi. Or rather, Zizo. Zizo in the center circle. Zizo turning. Still dancing. Finds a teammate in Emam Ashaw. Emam Ashaw now to Khalid Sobi. Khalid Sobi. And now goes to the left-hand side. Still with the Egyptians. Ashaw to Zizo. Back to Ashaw. And now they are taking it calmly. Not in a haste at all. Rabia. Rabia to Mohamed Lashin. And now to Rabia back again. Rabia goes to the left-hand side. Now offensively, Hamdi Fati, the central defenders. Super Eagles of Nigeria not in a haste to actually retrieve the ball from the Egyptians. Egyptians also not in a haste to lose the ball. Mohamed Hani. Hani to Rabia. Rabia now to the goalkeeper, Ufa Shober. And now finds Rabia once again. Rabia back to Ufa Shober. That's the goalkeeper. 9 is open penalty box. Super Eagles of Nigeria just a retrieve. They just retreat rather. Crosses 3 to Egypt. And of course, 3 to Nigeria. Still in the hands of the Egyptians. Now with Rami Rabia. Rabia now finds Khalid Sobi from the left. Sobi with a true pass. Intercepted by Brato Sai Samuel. And now Emma Mashaw changes the direction of play. And now finds Mo Salah. Mo Salah from the right. Drops it to Mohamed Hani. Hani gets the ball. Still with Hani. Back to Salah. The skipper of the team. Salah moves into the half space. He's looking for that Okoila. Drops it to Ashaw. Ashaw now to his teammate. Zizo. Zizo drops a new pass to Mohamed Hani. Inside penalty box here. It's a square play. Wow. Mo Salah side netting. Yes, sir, for Stanley Wambali Baba, who was at the right place at the right time. Mo Salah looking to be the goalkeeper by his near post. Bottom left corner. Oh, what a dangerous square play by Mohamed Hani. Mo Salah with a cheeky touch. How on earth was just able to move for pass Shemilugu Ajayi in that a tight position. Super Eagles of Nigeria lucky not to consider one from Mohamed Salah. Corner taken shortly. And now back to the Egyptians from the right. And now man whips in across into the penalty box. Just allowed to roll out of play by Bruno Nyumechi. Yes, a fine play right there. 20 seconds on the clock. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The Egyptians nil. Maximum goal poacher. Are you satisfied with what you've seen so far so good from both the teams? The first and, of course, the Eagles.
Well, I think if I want to put it in a very simple words, I'd say the Egyptians are showing that they are actually preparing for the World Cup. On the Super Eagles part, well, we started off by committing bodies, in attack. I thought, yes, it's a way to go, but somehow it just did not work. Well, for the Egyptians, it was more of the long balls and then using the wings. You can see that they're very effective. They've caused us trouble in this first 22 minutes. And if not, perhaps for Nwabali's intervention, maybe they could have taken the lead. So I would say on the part of the Egyptians, quite satisfactory, because at this point, you begin to look at good football. You look at the team that is playing the best. And so far, I dare say the Egyptians have been in front, Donald.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, headed away by the Egyptian. Super Eagles of Nigeria just looking at get one into the back of the net. Apollo Nacho here to get to that fine cross to be delivered by Bruno matured way from the left-hand side. Now let me go to Lagos. Roman Akparere. Well, for the Egyptians, they are sure that yes, this game will be a preparatory game for them for the World Cup. Just like the Maximum Gobo just said, interestingly, their last friendly prior to the AFCON was against Nigeria. And of course, their final game at AFCON still against Nigeria. Mo Salah definitely having fun. So far, so good.
I know they want that game to nothing, and they're aiming to win. This is very well. The thing the Nigerian team is not really going to get the World Cup. The first miracle happened along the line. But generally, I think the Egyptians are slightly better. They've had a better control of the game. What Nigeria is doing at the moment is like, okay, we can also play football. We have several play on a parade. I want to move someone to really they're not freedom in after this game, that's the knockout at all. I'm not going to accept from my those results that are not making the United States. Especially more classes are coming from the right back and that for me, I had a thought that if I went back, as the ball was, I hope that the players will want to take care that I think they will not for their effort. If they still are playing more for if you still creating more one of the ways, and the ways that progress is to do all Nigeria, all the way, and there's nothing more coming for the Nigerian team. Just managing to hold up, set the Nigerian story. I want to dominate them. I want to touch one Nigerian player that this is the best to got some players that will contain apart from the other positions that are concerned.
Well, maximum goal poacher, what do you make of the turnout of the fans? I think it's been quite impressive right there in Casablanca.
Yeah, in the knockout stages, it did improve slightly. Today, encounter is North versus West, and we're talking about two of the most successful teams on the continent. Yeah, when you, of course, remember Cameroon and the likes, definitely you want to put them in that bracket. But come on, we're talking about Nigerians. You know how many of Nigerians traveled in from all across the world to support the Super Eagles, because I doubt if the fans right there in Casablanca are majorly Moroccans, because we know they're only coming to support their team. So, and the Egyptians as well, they are very big travelers. Trust me, I've been to a few Nations Cup, and when they move, they don't just move alone. Their fans always go with them. And I'm not surprised that we have such a turnout, especially for a third place, because we know the final is definitely going to be a sold out. You already know how the Senegalese are complaining. They can't get tickets. Even VIP tickets is so scarce to get right now.
Well, it's already half and half what we play right there in Casablanca. Egypt 0. Nigeria 0. A look at the statistics right here. Shot on target to 1 apiece. A block shot to 1 to Egypt. A 0 to Nigeria. Ball possession 53% to Egypt. 47% to Nigeria. Corner kicks to 2-1. Fouls 5-4. Throw-ins 7-5. Crosses 7-7. Goalkeeper saves 1-1. Goal kicks 0-2. Most important stats after 32 minutes of football play right there in Casablanca. Egypt 0. Nigeria 0. It's about the third place playoff of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. And of course, this is the 10th meeting between the two sides at the Africa Cup of Nations. 29 goes against the 24, goal difference plus 5. And for the Egyptians, in the 20 meetings, they won 6, they drew 6, lost 8. Goals of 4, 24 goes against 29, goal difference minus 5. Well, when you look at both teams in AFCON only, they have played 9. Nigeria won 5, drew 2, lost 2, goals of 4, 12, goes against 13, goal difference minus 1. And of course, for the Egyptians, they won just a meager 2, drawn 2, lost 5, goals of 4, 13, goes against 12, goal difference plus 1. Simply means that when you are talking about AFCON only, historically, it favors Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria have only won 2 of the last 9 head-to-heads, which is a drawing 3, losing 4. But they have added the edge in head-to-heads in this competition, winning 5 of the last 8, drawing 2, of course, losing 1. And for Egypt, they scored no more than once inside 90 minutes in 4 of their last 5 AFCON games. They failed to score in 4 of the last 5 AFCON head-to-heads. All 4 of the goals Nigeria conceded at this tournament arrived after halftime. Recall that Nigeria also scored the 2+ second half goals in 4 of their last 5 AFCON matches. It will be a corner to Super Eagles of Nigeria to be taken from the left-hand side. 35 minutes on the clock. Egypt 0, Nigeria 0. What would they do with this corner? Make that the second corner given to Super Eagles of Nigeria, because the 4th overall. All men inside the penalty box. Will it be longer shots? Like the Egyptians took theirs. I guess it will be a long one. The skipper of the team, Moses Daddy Ajila Simon. Yeah, whips in across, and in-swinger just parried away by the goalkeeper of Egypt, Ufa Shober. It will be a throw-in. Not far from the corner flag from the right-hand side. Bright Osai Samuel jogs to go take this one. For Jerome Akwa-Adams. Man netted in 2 of Nigeria's 3 AFCON knockout games, both of which arrived after halftime. 8 of his last 9 goals for club country came in the second half. So maybe we should be expecting goals in the second half. Just like it's being said, goals are the currency of the game. And of course, there are no 2 halves in a game of football. Yeah, cross-swinging, wow! What's the header coming from? Sami Chukwueze. A bottom left corner, well parried by the goalkeeper. Paulo Nuachu, wow! Yes, Jerome Akwa-Adams into the back of the net. Super Eagles of Nigeria rattles the back of the net. Jerome Akwa-Adams gets his 3rd goal of this ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. His first goal in the first half of this AFCON. Like I was just reading a couple of moments ago. Man netted in 2 of Nigeria's 3 AFCON knockout games, both of which arrived after halftime. But right about now, he has gotten the first goal before halftime for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Jerome Akwa-Adams. What a play is. Yes, that was indeed a beautiful swung in cross from the left-hand side, headed by Samuel Chukwueze, parried by the goalkeeper. Inside the penalty box, the rebound. Samuel Chukwueze just puts in that cross, and for Jerome Akwadams, he was inside the 6-yard box. There was no way he was going to miss from that tight angle. Yes, from that promising position, beats the goalkeeper, most definitely. Oh, for Paul Onachu, he actually had a slight touch to that ball. Yes, his head actually deflected that ball. Else, the goalkeeper should have saved it. We shall wait who that goal will be credited to. Paul Onachu or Jerome Akwadams. It doesn't matter. Nigerians can definitely celebrate. And now, 36 minutes on the clock. Egypt 0, Nigeria 1. Egypt ranked at 35th in the world, and of course, Nigeria ranked at 38th in the world. Yes, the scoreboard has been altered. Maximum goal poacher, Jerome Akwadams.
It actually made it difficult for the goalkeeper to see that ball. Even if it did not contact the ball, I think it was still definitely going to head in the back of the neck, because that was more like a bullet header coming from Akwadams 3 in this tournament so far. He's a fantastic player. His positioning is just something beautiful to watch. Each time you see him on and off the ball, he's always making that move. But there seems to be a situation, the goal check situation, perhaps there is a foul to the build-up of that game now.
Yeah, the VAR has now been called into action, and of course, Jalal Jayed is checking this one. Well, just when Samuel Chukwueze crossed that ball inside the penalty box for Paul Onachu, obviously a lanky striker, his elbow actually caught the face of Hamdi Fati. That's the just 14 man of Egypt. Before that crosser came in, you can see the face of Hamdi Fati was just glued to the elbow of Paul Onachu, and now the referee has gone to check the VAR. Now he will just explain his decision to the fans right in the stadium. Yeah, let's await the decision from the referee. After VAR check, the goal has now been cancelled. Raymond Akbarere, the goal has been cancelled. Yes, that was a foul by Paul Onachu on Hamdi Fati. And now Paul Onachu will be yellow carded for that elbow that was just stuck to the face of Hamdi Fati.
Well, it's unfortunate. The first time Eagles came out attacking properly. The first time Eagles came out attacking after the opponent. So I was saying after the knock of some of the Eagles. But sadly, that's the strength of the men. It's no good. No Nigerian team, I think, for the time. But that's a good one. Also, there are a lot of information after at that point. Nothing to worry about. Let's see how they continue, because I don't like to say forever. Sometimes we more on Nigeria. They're having advantage. That's about possession and stuff. But for once we had it, suddenly that goal has been disallowed due to that part of our defense by the VAR. They just want to continue that way, keep their head, and then let's see if another day will come. But of course, as I said, this is time for all players to prove that they are good enough to be tapped for the next squad after the Bible for both girls. I feel disappointed.
Oh, well, for the Blues, right there at Stamford Bridge, they have gotten the second goal. Yes, Carmen Kelleher brought down his opponent. John Brooks has a clear sight of it, and of course, blows his whistle for a foul. It's a penalty. What an opportunity to score for Chelsea. And of course, for Cole Jermaine Palmer, step up. He wins the battle of wheels and sends an unstoppable penalty past Carmen Kelleher into right side of the goal. Make that Chelsea 2, Brentford 0. And that's a London derby right there at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea definitely have double the advantage. Leeds of Fulham still goalless, 84 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, 86 minutes on the clock. Sunderland 2, Crystal Palace 1, 85 minutes on the clock. Tottenham, they have equalized against the West Ham 1-1 right there. Back to this game right there at Casablanca. 40 minutes on the clock. Egypt 0, Nigeria 0. That goal chucked off by the referee. It was indeed a foul by Paul Onachu on Hamdi Fati. And now let's go to the phone line. 0700 2255 1037. 0700 3255 1037. And of course the other line 081 2782 8497. 081 2782 8497. Your calls can also come in. And your text can also come in via WhatsApp portal 0706728 0732. Hello, good evening. Nigeria Neil, Egypt Neil.
Well done, Donado.
Yeah, good evening. Happy weekend.
I wish you the same. Alpha, well done. I always enjoy your commentation. Very funny.
Thank you very much, my brother.
I thought that ball was a goal now.
It was a foul. That was scored by Jerome Aquadams, but before that cross came in by Samuel Chukwueze for Paulo Nacho, just planted an elbow into the face of the Moroccan defender, Hamdi Fati.
Okay, so it was VAR check.
Yes, for a foul.
Oh, no. I see Nigeria winning 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Man says he sees the Super Eagles of Nigeria winning this encounter 2-0. But then again, on a second thought, I feel that maybe that was not intentional coming from Paulo Nacho. He's a very lanky and, of course, a very tall. Maybe it was the height of the Egyptian defender that actually saved him in that position. Yes, he went for that aerial duel and his face was just caught in the elbow of Paulo Nacho. Maybe not like Paulo Nacho actually wanted to elbow him, but because his height, he reached the elbow of Paulo Nacho. 42 minutes on the clock right there. Still picking your calls. And now ball swung into the half of the Eagles. Headed away by the Nigerian. Back to Spurs of Nigeria now. Rafael Onyedika. Paulo Nacho now finds Jerome Aquadams. Aquadams, the penalty box. Yeah, man is brought down. Oh, what will Jala Jayed say? Offside. Yeah, Jerome Aquadams was indeed offside. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Big Priya.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome, the first man, Honorable.
Thank you very much, man. I really enjoy your commentary, your educative analysis. I think God bless you more wisdom and understanding. The Lord is better prepared. I say this, I don't know we have PRO. We are saying the PRO work. So, the Morocco match, so they cannot use it. Now they can use it, right? Not about that, man. Really. So why did they cannot call for the foul before the goal was scored? So after the goal was scored, I remember that it was the handball, the foul before the goal. When all the players of Nigeria, I believe they are going to score in the ultimate goal. I will recognize. Right, and the second, you just said that after the final, the third winner, you travel to Rabat. So, that was right?
Yeah, absolutely. According to the plans by CAF.
I was surprised. My opinion is that since they know that's how it's going to play, how they're going to organize it, what decided to play the match in Rabat instead of play the match in Casablanca?
Well, definitely CAF knows better.
That was more easier for the country instead of wasting our resources and money. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Man still just dilly-dallying. He's dispossessed of the ball. A long one towards the path of Mo Salah. Beautiful control by Mo Salah. A one-on-one with his marker. Wow, leaves him just with no option than to foul Mo Salah. Definitely goes into the referee's bad books at Jalal Jayed. Yes. Moses Simon, he smiles. Mo Salah skip past his man swiftly and goes sweetly. Just look at that. A beautiful dribble from Mo Salah on Moses Simon. Definitely someone knows that it was indeed a yellow-carded offense. Doesn't even complain at all. Yes, 4 minutes of additional time has been added to this encounter. 4 minutes is all we've got for the referee to blow his whistle for halftime. Still picking your calls at 0700 2255 1037, 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497. 081 2782 8497. Yeah, a free kick swung in, headed out by the Eagles. And now back to the phone line. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm Arogunaja Claire from Berakuta.
Yeah, welcome, my brother.
Is it gold, silver, and bronze that will travel to Rabat, or only the bronze medal?
Well, considering the fact that the final will take place right at the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat, so they will get their medals in that same stadium. So those that the winner of this encounter tonight will travel to Rabat for the closing ceremony right there in Rabat tomorrow.
I'm afraid, though.
Why are you afraid?
Maybe they wanted to do bad things to Nigeria.
Oh, please, my brother. That was the comical or hilarious. What do you mean bad things to Nigeria? What could be worse than what they've already done in the semi-final? Yeah. Just like Honorable said, I thought that maybe they would have taken the game to the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. Talking about why didn't CAF just take this game to Rabat rather than say that, oh, play this game in Casablanca and tomorrow you go receive your medals.
Well, it's getting pretty noisy, but if I get you correctly, I mean the information that there will be no medal presentation after this third place. To me, I think it's in order, absolutely, because we are looking at the championship, and here you have third place winner being presented with its medal. I just feel it has a way of taking the shine away from the medal ceremony of the final. Hence the decision by CAF to have all on that same day that the final or the winner of the CAF championship will emerge. I think it's okay. The only problem that bothers here is the fact that Nigeria will have to travel yet again. It's a tournament that comes once every 2 years, even though we are now switching to the 4-year cycle. However, I think that it shouldn't be much of a problem. They should just feel the ambience together. The final, let everyone be at the same stadium. Third place winner, the silver medalist, and of course the championship winner. That's how it should be done. To me, I think CAF definitely got this one spot on.
Well, Maxima Gobochi, let me ask you as well, just as I asked the sports fans as well, do you think that the third place playoff final should actually be scrapped? Just like we have in boxing at the Olympics, where there are 2 bronze medalists.
Well, if you say it should be scrapped, I think the nations involved will be so happy, especially those that will be playing in the third place, because the intensity of games is often taken away from third place, knowing that, look, the dream was to reach the final, and here we have it. It's like we just have to honor it. We don't want to abandon this game. So if they say they're going to scrap the third place, I think it will go down well. But come on. It's still, 2 teams who couldn't make it to the final. Why not fight for a third place? Because we have gold, silver, and bronze medals. So I believe that is the thought of organizers of this tournament. If they scrap it, for me, I think it will all go well for football, because the focus will be direct to the final. We won't bother about the third place medal presentation and all of that.
Well, the Fata Lady Sings right there at the Stade Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca, Morocco. Well, Paul Onachu thought he had gotten a goal for Spagos of Nigeria in the 36 minutes. Caught that header by Jerome Akwa-Adams that just deflected off the head of Paul Onachu. But VAR came to action, and of course it was chucked off for a foul on the Moroccan defender. As such, after halftime right there in Casablanca, the third place playoff of this 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, Egypt 0, Super Eagles of Nigeria 0. The first of Egypt. Shots on target 1 to Egypt, 2 to Nigeria. Block shots 1 to Egypt, 0 to Nigeria. Ball possession 56% to Egypt, 44 to Nigeria. Corner kicks 2-2, fouls 8-8, throw-ins 8-7. Yellow cards 0 to Egypt, 2 to Nigeria. Crosses 7 to Egypt, 10 to Nigeria. Goalkeeper saves 2-1. And of course, when you look at goal kicks as well, 2-3 But most important start after halftime, the Egyptians nil, and of course Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. And now let's take it to Lagos. Raymond Akparere, let's get your halftime thoughts of this opposite encounter. I mean, was it really intense field for you, or you just a layback game?
Yeah, definitely the game has lived up to expectation. At least the Eagles rose, gave us some glimpse of hope late into the first half of this encounter. Although if you want to give the points or maybe award marks, you want to say this would score more points. But that goal we scored was a very beautiful goal. The luck of now deciding factor there. That injury from Paul Onwachu, the beautiful goal scored by AFCON. But definitely, I hope they're not do more of it. Let's come back stronger. And I even expect that the two of the the first half, the Eagles are doing more energy, more hunger. That is how it should be. The more to keep fighting. It's not good for them to lose. I thought that they on the lineup. Let them go and prove to that they are good as first teamers of the team. Generally, a good first half team. It can be better in the second half. And I want to believe that Nigeria want to maintain that record of being unbeaten in every bronze medal game they have played. I want them to go out, do better in the second half, and of course, they get past the Egyptians. Because they are able to get past Egypt as a count with their full squad. There's also some of record, some good story for the newcomers. And I hope that the Bright Bright somewhere, and of course Bruno and goalkeeper Wambali, who would succeed in inspiring the new faces. Let me best of the Nigerian newcomers in this complex game.
Well, Maximum Goal Poacher, are you satisfied with what you saw from the Eagles in the first half of this encounter?
You saw how Mo Salah used to pass in so easily. I thought some of those moments should be approached with seriousness and not the tactical approach we are getting to see. Because after he went past him, he was trying to pull him back, and in the process, he got yellow carded. Yes, it's a third place game. It's important, equally important that they get a win. For Samuel Chukwueze, yes, he has come to the party, but he needs to do more. Don't forget, he's not really on the good books of Nigeria. He knows that, and himself is one of the reasons he's getting to start. Perhaps an opportunity to redeem himself. You look at the Paul Onachu, I'm not impressed with Paul Onachu's outing as far as the first time is concerned. I just think he needs to commit himself more. I wouldn't say maybe he should retreat and join in, helping in the middle, but it's just not clicking yet for Paul Onachu. I don't know if the coach will resort to long balls like we saw the Egyptians do at some point in time when they saw that the area flow was not really working for them. Maybe then he can come into the game, but right now it's not really clicking. If you put a Victor Osimhen there, I'm very sure we would have seen much more improved play. Why do I say so? Because we are getting to play like we saw them play against Algeria. The high pressing game started up like that. I was expecting it to continue, but somehow the Egyptians were able to come back into that game. So I'm not entirely satisfied. We got a goal that was chopped up. I thought that goal was legit because you mentioned it earlier, the height. This man is 6'8", 6'9", thereabout. And you have a defender who is barely, 5'8", defending. So whenever they go for area ball or area contest, you expect that, such incidents will occur. So I don't think that was a deliberate, elbowing of the Egyptian defender, but VAR thought otherwise, and it was also given for a yellow card. Overall, not a bad first 45 minutes, but it can be better. There's so much to play for in the second half for both sides.
Well, truly, like you put it, it can be better. And before we go to the sports of fast, Maximum Goal Poacher, now let's flip the coin. Who impressed you the most, or what departments impressed you the most in this makeshift 11 of the Eagles?
Okay, for the part of the Super Mix.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say from the wing where Chukwueze, the right wing where Chukwueze has, often operated, it seems very effective. We had more of our balls coming from that area. So I'd say Chukwueze has really tried. But if we can have, players like Paul Onatu that I mentioned, Moses Simon at the far end also coming to this game, it can bring a whole lot of, intensity to it. But Samuel Chukwueze so far would be my standout in this one, aside Akko, of course.
Okay. Now let's feel the pulse of the sport fans. Your halftime thoughts is the third place playoff between the Pharaohs of Egypt versus Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's halftime. Egypt nil, Nigeria nil. 6 p.m. on the dot, right here in Wasimi. Yes, it's the ultimate football experience of Wasimi to the world. With Donald Senna, a.k.a. Donaldo, the big game player, alongside the maximum goal poacher, and of course, Mr. Flawless. It's a trio attack on the broadcaster. This a beautiful evening. 0700 2255 1037, 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 27 82 84 97, 081 27 82 84 97. Yeah, the WhatsApp line for your calls and text 070 6728 0732, 070 6728 0732. And now all games in the English Premier League are done and dusted. Let me do it by bringing you results across board. Yes, finished. Manchester United 2, Man City 0, Chelsea 2, Brentford 0, Leeds 1, Fulham 0, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, Sunderland 2, Crystal Palace 1. Currently ongoing 90 plus 7 minutes. Tottenham 1, West Ham United 2. And to come by 6:30, Nottingham Forest versus the Arsenal. And now let's go to the phone line. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, thank you very much. Right there in the French Ligue 1, the game is currently into halftime. Arsenal 0, Auxerre 0. And in the German Bundesliga, all games are done and dusted. Dortmund, they beat St. Pauli 3-2. FC Cologne, they beat Mainz 2-1. Hamburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach goalless. Hoffenheim, they beat Bayer Leverkusen 1-0. Wolfsburg and of course IDM 1-1. So come by 6:30, RB Leipzig versus Bayern Munich. And of course, right in Italian Serie A, done and dusted. Udinese, they lost to Napoli 0-1. Right there, Netherlands, Eredivisie, 72 minutes on the clock. Ajax 2, go ahead, Eagles 2. Right in the Saudi Pro League, Al Fayha 1, Damak 1, done and dusted. 89 minutes on the clock, Al Khulud 0, Al Ali 1. And to come by 6:30, Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo and co, they'll face Al Shabab. Right there in Spain, done and dusted. Real Madrid, they beat Levante 2-0. Mallorca 3, Athletic Bilbao 2. 83 minutes on the clock right there. Bilbao, they've got a player sent off. Okay, right about now, let's go pay some bills. And of course, when I come back, it will be everything in second 45, whereby we shall drive home the show. Still your champions at Dal Eagle 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM. We are champions of fly. It's the ultimate of football experience. Yes, the man was indeed offside. It was an offside goal by Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, Super Eagles of Nigeria have made a substitution just before coming into the second 45. Yeah, Paul Onuachu out of 4. Ademola Lookman. Jerome Akwa-Adams one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Struck that one well saved by the goalkeeper. And of course, a rebound fell peacefully to Ademola Lookman, who headed that one into the bottom right corner. And the fourth official just raised his flag for offside. Make that 2 goals and now chalked off for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah, welcome back to the second 45. Both teams definitely yet to change their jersey. Now Super Eagles of Nigeria playing from right to left. And for the Egyptians are from left to right. Egyptians are donning red shirts, white shorts, and of course black socks. And for Super Eagles of Nigeria, green shirt, green shorts, and green socks as well. Like I said earlier, Paul Onuachu out for Ademola Lookman. Once again, the Gladiators are doing battle for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Stanley Wambali Bobo, Bruno Nyemechi, Ogbu Igor, Shemilogo Ajayi, Bright Osai Samuel, Moses Simon on a yellow, Rafael Onyedika, Fisel Delebashiru, Sami Chukwueze, Jerome Akwa-Adams, and of course Paul Onuachu out for Ademola Lookman. And for the Egyptians, yet to make a substitution, Ufa Shoba, Mohamed Hani, Ramir Rabia, Hamdi Fati, Khalid Sobi, Zizo, Mohanad Lashin, Mohamed Salah, Imam Asho, Mahmoud Trezeguet, not forgetting Mustafa Mohamed. For the Egyptians, they've been as clean as a whistle. Yet to be booked in this encounter. This is the voice of yours truly, Donald Senna, a.k.a. Donaldo, the big game player. Your lead commentator for this support sitting encounter. Now, let me bring on my callers. Maximum Gopocha, welcome back for this second 45. Yes, Super Eagles of Nigeria starting from where they left off in the first half. Ademola Lookman got a goal, but it was indeed a short-lived and offside. Welcome back, Maximum Gopocha.
Thank you very much, Donald. And indeed, just picking up from where I left it, where we talked about Paul Onuachu, how he was just in no man's land. He was just a passerby as far as the first 45 is concerned. So it's no surprise that he's been substituted, because I felt it was definitely one short while he was on the field of play. Yes, he might be scoring all the goals for his Turkish side, score, but the Super Eagles of Nigeria is an entirely different ball game, and that's where Paul Onuachu really needs to work to see how he can be a mainstay in this Super Eagles squad. We've seen strikers who have come, they tried, and it's always the same. I explained this to, I think, one of our colleagues on the need for these players to actually try to be themselves, while, of course, they are representing the country. So for Paul Onuachu, he still has a whole lot to do for him to really get into this Super Eagles squad. So it's a good way to start. I mean, Ademola looks enterprising. It's going to bring in a lot of flair, a lot of trickery, which will open play for players like Akko and alongside Moses Simon. It's a good start for the Super Eagles. 2 goals cancelled by, the referee already. I guess there are still more goals in them.
Well, now let's go to Lagos. Raymond Akparere, welcome back for this second 45. Like it's been said in a game of football, there are no 2 equal halves. What are your expectations? Ademola Lookman has been introduced, got a goal. It was chalked off by VAR.
Yeah, it's the further ginger them. At least they're knocking on the Egyptian goal mouth, and I hope they will score a goal that will not be any problem again. Let us keep trying as this Oyedika just said, maybe say for now. Let's say there be more pressure on the Egyptian half. I hope that they've been able to show that, they can want to be the first team of the when you have this opportunity, make the best use of the opportunity, make yourself in the mind of millions of Nigerians, and you can be sure you will remember this time. They will be a generation of Nigerian players that will be, people don't want to talk about. They know they missed the World Cup, they know they missed the AFCON title itself. So for that, this is the moment for them to leave another impression on our minds. I hope that they will keep working.
Oh well, Super Eagles of Nigeria not taking a shot from outside the box. Moments ago, we saw one struck by Rafael Onyedika, well caught by the goalkeeper. And right about now, Moses Daddy Ajala Simon took a strike from outside of the penalty box. Once again, well caught by the goalkeeper. Talk about Ufa Shober. Yes, for Nigeria, they are bidding for a 9th Total Energy SCAF Africa Cup of Nations bronze medal. While Egypt, they have won the bronze medal 3 times previously. And when you look at the past AFCON meetings between both nations, let's go down memory lane. Far back in 1963, in the group stage, Egypt 6, Nigeria 3. It was a 9-goal thriller. Nigeria's first AFCON meeting with Egypt came in the opening match of the 1963 tournament. Yes, a 9-goal thriller won 6-3 by the Egyptians. The Egyptians raced into a 5-0 lead before Nigeria scored their first goal. Mohamed Morsi, Hossein, and of course Hassan Hamed, El Shazli both scored hat-tricks. Sudan and of course Egypt, they progressed to the semi-finals, while Nigeria were eliminated at the group stage. Then in 1976, that was the second group stage. Nigeria 3, Egypt 2. Yes, that was the second group stage. Nigeria 3, Egypt 2. Nigeria defeated Egypt 3-2 in their final second group stage match. The result was immaterial, as another side had a chance of overhauling Guinea or Morocco. Nigeria finished third overall, with Egypt finishing fourth. Then in 1980, in the group stage, Nigeria 1, Egypt 0. That was at the 1980 AFCON. With both teams already through to the semi-finals, host Nigeria won the game 1-0 in their final group game to finish as group winners. Nigeria went on to lift the trophy. Yeah, recall, with the mathematical 7 himself, Chief Shegun Patrick Odegbami MON. He was in action in 1980 against the Pharaohs of Egypt. Then in 1984, it was the semi-final, Nigeria 2, Egypt 2. Recall, Nigeria won on penalties. The sides met in the semi-finals, where Egypt surrendered a 2-goal lead as the match ended 2-2 with Nigeria advancing on penalties. Then in 1988, it was the group stage. Nigeria 0, Egypt 0. A goalless draw in their final group game saw Nigeria top the group and, of course, eliminate Egypt, progressing to the semi-finals. Then in 1990, in the group stage, Nigeria 1, Egypt 0. Nigeria bounced back from a 5-1 opening loss to host Algeria to defeat Egypt 1-0, eliminating Egypt, while Nigeria reached the final and, of course, they finished runners-up. Then in 1994, it was also in the group stage. Nigeria 0, Egypt 0. Another goalless draw in their final group game saw both teams progress to the quarterfinals. Egypt were eliminated at that stage, while Nigeria went on to lift the trophy with the late chairman himself, Christian Chukwu. Then in 2010, it was also in the group stage. Egypt 3, Nigeria 1. After a 16-year wait, the teams met again at AFCON, with Egypt ending a 6-game winless run against Nigeria with a 3-1 come-from-behind victory in their opening group match. Nigeria still progressed to the quarterfinals, while Egypt went on to successfully defend their title. And that was the last time Egypt actually won the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. Then in 2021, it was the group stage. Nigeria 1, Egypt 0. Nigeria won that game 1-0 with Kelechi Promise Iheanacho, Cinnamon Kells scoring the only goal in the 30th minute. Both teams are progressing from the group. And of course, for Egypt, they finished as runners-up while Nigeria exited at the round of 16. Recall, Super Eagles of Nigeria were guided by Augustine Owe and Cerezo Guavoin. They had all maximum 9 points in the group stage. Still went on to crash out of that tournament in 2021, right there in Cameroon. It was won by Teranga Lions of Senegal. Yes, this encounter is their second meeting at a tournament hosted by Morocco, following their encounter in 1988. Now, Super Eagles of Nigeria attacking from the left-hand side. Moses Simon inside the penalty box, whips in across. Well intercepted by Rami Rabia. But then again, offside. Yes, the fourth official raises his flag. Of their 9 AFCON meetings, 8 have come in the group stages. In 1976, they met in the group stage, while they have met 7 times in standard group play. In 1963, Egypt progressed, while in 1988 and of course in 1990, Nigeria advanced at Egypt's expense. Overall, the sides have met 20 times, with Nigeria winning 8 matches, Egypt 6 and 6 ending in draws. Recall, Nigeria also won their 2 most recent AFCON-related meetings prior to Egypt's latest victory. A friendly international in March 2019 in Asaba, and the 2021 AFCON group match, both by 1-0 scoreline. Egypt won the most recent meeting. It was a friendly on the 16th of December 2025. Mahmoud Sabah scored in the 28th minute, and of course, Mustafa Mohamed in the 53rd minute, while Chidozie Awazim scored in first half stoppage time. Nigeria's 2019 friendly win ended a 7-match winless run against Egypt, drawing 3, losing 4, and was their first victory over Egypt in 29 years, following their 1990 AFCON success. Now Super Eagles of Nigeria attacking from right-hand side. Bright Osai Samuel. Well tackled by Khalid Sobi. Just number 2 being tackled by another just number 2. A throw in by the Eagles. Taken to Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze literally passes the ball to his opponent. And now Egypt can now counter-attack. Still in their own half. Yes, beautiful 1-2. And now to Trezeguet. Trezeguet looking for that long pass towards Mo Salah. Intercepted by Igor Ogbu. And now to Nigeria. Fisai Adele-Bashiru with a Trivela pass. That was indeed not a clinical attack coming from Fisai Adele-Bashiru. I wanted to attempt a Trivela. It's a drizzling or showering right there in Casablanca. 55 minutes on the clock. Egypt nil, Nigeria nil. Perhaps you are just stumbling on your listening device. This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. We are covering this live encounter right there in Casablanca. It's the third place playoff of the Africa Cup of Nations. Bronze medal on the line. Ademola Lookman inside the penalty box. Still with Lookman. Nigeria inside the penalty box. Yes, and now finds Moses Simon. But man was indeed dilly-dally to be a goal kick to the Egyptians. Lack of communication inside the box by Lookman and of course Moses Simon. Well, for Rami Rabia, what a job he's doing right there. Lookman had the ball. Shooted it beautifully well. Should have just surpassed the ball too. Oh, he actually left the ball for Moses Simon. Moses Simon was stepping backwards. As if to say, he just stepped back for Ademola Lookman to take the strike. A lack of communication. You can visibly see the frustration on Lookman's face. Former African Footballer of the Year. It's be a goal kick to the Egyptians. Now ball in the half of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Onyedika heads down towards the path of the Egyptians. Well intercepted. And now back to the Egyptians. They cannot counter-attack. No, they lose ball possession. Jerome Akwadams brings down his man. A referee blows his whistle for a foul. He can't believe his eyes, including the gaffer as well, Eric Sekoshel, who has done a yeoman's job with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now let me take you to a flawless. Yes, Roman Akparere. Talking about Eric Sekoshel, I recall in his pre-match press, I said that he would love to continue with the Super Eagles of Nigeria if the NFF are actually willing to just allow him continue. How will you rate his tenure so far so good with the Eagles, vis-a-vis performance and of course a gameplay as well?
I think I've done well. Initially, I did not give him a chance at all. But as time went on, particularly when we were inside the corner, he came on and he played us into recording as far as the World Cup qualifiers is concerned. We all know the many problems, so many distractions while he was in charge, from George down to Pichero to PD, down to even himself, Eric Sekoshel. Movements of salaries or allowance bonuses being owed the player. Those are the major high points of that really employed Eric Sekoshel. I remember that employing him took almost 1 year of national debate. Eventually, we settled for him. We not quite like his presidential. The dog being the father was head coach of a Bolivia Scala for Australia. But the result did not quite out in a very encouraging manner. But he was able to make things better. For once it goes to recording, things became better for the team. The lesson that we went for the World Cup playoff. And at the makeup of this in Morocco, we felt better playing Super Eagles than sport. As far as I'm concerned, it's the Nations Cup that Eagles have played the proper football. When Nigerians left fans were no more sleeping while watching the Eagles. So at least we have been able to raise the bar. And at least now we're in contention. So that we're out of the Nations Cup. They're still a top-level team. And I want to believe that the NFF, they have to retain it for a part. These talks about money, strike, and all of that are becoming too often negatively made for Nigeria. And I don't know if the NFF or the NFC will be able to pay regularly. Otherwise, they should keep with a keep with him unless they be in charge of the Super Eagles. As it is now, a coach like Pierre is not being paid regularly. So I cannot say we will go for a superior coach at this point in time. As it is now, it is night market, the NFF is involved in. Let them manage what they have because they are sent from my glimpse of the hope. That's my take, Donaldo.
Yeah, maximum goal poacher still talking about the gaffer of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Sekoshel. Well, he has not hidden his admiration to continue the job as the gaffer of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Because for the Tunisians, they are also eyeing him as well. Do you think that the NFL should actually go toe-to-toe with the Tunisians and, of course, keep Eric Sekoshel?
It becomes enviable. It becomes a reference point to other African nations that see the way the Super Eagles have actually come out of their quagmire to become a solid side. Then they should retain Eric Sekoshel. Otherwise, I mean, what are we talking about here? This is a manager who, since he came on board, yes, he might have drawn a couple of games, but he rarely loses. In 18, just one loss. What are we talking about? And he has also shown that what he requires is time to actually be with these guys. And the nations come to see that the Super Eagles can actually play ball. They can toss the ball around, they can be creative, they can hold up play, they can do all these things that was missing when the likes of Finidi George, the likes of Jose Pasiero, the likes of Genaro, they were all there. We were struggling. We were winning games, but we were struggling. The football wasn't played. The football wasn't exciting. But finally, we're having exciting football. But be that as it may turn out, I think it's going to be a very difficult fact if the NFF were to go toe-to-toe with the Tunisian FA for, Eric Sekoshel. Put yourself in his shoes. It's quite tempting. This is a Tunisian side that is going to the World Cup, the expanded World Cup, 48 teams. And Eric Sekoshel has proven that he has what it takes to build a World Cup winning team. Why not? If I were in his shoes, trust me, I would ponder it. I'm off to Tunisia. That's what it is, bro.
And they are both Eagles, the Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles. So just saw to 2026 World Cup.
After all, he left one Eagle for Tunisia. There'll be more Eagles.
I guess man loves the job of the Eagles. And of course, still talking about Eagles, on the lighter note as well, even the coach of Crystal Palace, Oliver Glasner, said that he'll be leaving at the end of the season for a new adventure. So maybe he can also jump on that one. Another Eagles job. From the Eagles of Mali to Super Eagles to Carthage Eagles, now to Eagles of Crystal Palace. Well, definitely doesn't look good at all for Brett Osai. Samuel has definitely pulled something. A man has signaled to be substituted in this encounter. And of course, Alex Iwobi is jogging and of course being spoken to by the bench right there. Yes, definitely pulled something. Brett Osai Samuel. Yeah, a man will not continue. And for the Egyptians, they've made double substitution. Mahmoud Trezeguet out of Mahmoud Sabah was the player that got on the score sheet in that friendly that went down at the Cairo International Stadium in December. Zizou out for Omar Mamouche of Man City. Man City beaten earlier today by United 2-0. You can make that 63 minutes on the clock. Quickly, let's look at the statistics. Shots on target to 1 to Egypt, 4 to Nigeria. Shots off target 2-0, block shots 1-0, ball possession 52% to Egypt, 48 to Nigeria. Corner kicks 2-2, offsides 1-2, fouls 9-13, throw-ins 9-12, yellow cards 0-2, crosses 7-11, goalkeeper saves 4-1, goal kicks 5-5. Most important stats after over and half ball play right there in Casablanca, Morocco. Egypt 0, Nigeria 0. And now Egyptians attacking. Mo Salah from the right, 1-on-1 with Bruno Nyomechi. Moves into the half spaces, still with Salah. Just a pass to Omar Mamouche. Mamouche intercepted by Ademola Lookman. Or rather, Samuel Chukwueze. Referee blows his whistle to be a foul against Mamouche. He already lost the ball to Chukwueze, but we're just pulling, of course, tugging him right there. Tug of war. Will not allow man to go. Yes, Pharaoh, allow my people go. It will be a free kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think Eric Sekoshel wants to achieve with this substitution, not a like for like. Brett Osai Samuel definitely pulled something, not a good way to culminate the tournament for him after a Bright performance. And Alex will be in for Bright.
Alex Iwobi will probably, and I'm sure it can be felt, we expect some better passes for him. Those are the first taking practice. I know they're missing Morocco, but first, they are able to establish the best passer of the Super Eagles, and he's coming in with providing opportunity of free passes for attackers that offer. If you observe, it's difficult for the passes to go. And let's see some play. Sensitivity coming from our experience, Alex Iwobi. Then I got what the coach wants to do. The passes, but I said Eagles will not adventurous now, and they're looking for possible scoring opportunities through the passes that were created by Alex Iwobi.
Well, maximum goal poacher, how will the backline now shake up with the introduction of Alex Iwobi and of course Bright Osai Samuel out?
What they seem to do is, of course, to spread those passes, those defensive passes. So I don't think the shape of the team really should be affected. Just having three at the heights
it will be a free kick swung in by Samuel Chukwueze from left hand side, headed away by the Egyptians. And now to Moses Simon loses the ball. And now they can counter-attack. Yes, Asher. And now finds a teammate still in their own half. Well stopping their tracks. Shemilo Ajayi. And now finds Official Delebashiru. Rather, Rafael Onyedika from the right. Onyedika disposed by Asher. Still Asher. And now finds Sabi with the ball. Deep in their own half. Back to Asher from the left-hand side. Asher one-on-one with Official Delebashiru. Trivela pass. Yes, that's how it's been done. From Asher looking to find Omar Mamouche. Adaba was kicked away by Igo Ogbu. Will not allow Omar Mamouche to just move past him in that position. A referee blows his whistle for offside. Yeah, Omar Mamouche was definitely offside when that Trivela pass left the boot of Emma Shaw. Now Spikes of Nigeria attack Alex Iwobi in the center circle. Iwobi goes all the way to the right hand side. Drops it to Official Delebashiru. Back to Alex. Alex. And now to Moses Simon. Rather, Samuel Chukwueze. And now to Onyedika. Onyedika drops it to Official from the right. Yeah, Official just slots into that position vacated by Bright Osai Samuel. Yes, Alex overlapping. He changes his mind now to Samuel Chukwueze. Just a need to pass towards the path of Official. Official still dilly-dallying to just whipping that cross inside the penalty box. Alex Iwobi intercepted by the defender. Ball ruled out to play. Throw in taken quickly by Shemilo Ajayi. Drops it to Rafael Onyedika. Onyedika now to Igo Ogbu in the center circle. Passes it quickly to Bruno. Back to Igo. Not far from the halfway line. And now to Alex. Alex received the ball. The creator-in-chief to Ademola. Back to Alex. And now Super Eagles now play with so much of flair and of course of freedom. Bruno from the left. Bruno still waiting for a player to just cross the ball to no. Drops it to Alex. Alex had a nice touch. And of course just deflected off the Egyptian to be a throw into Super Eagles of Nigeria from the left-hand side. Camera also passed on the fans right there at the Stade Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. Almost a Parker Field Stadium. Yeah, fans turned out in mass. Moses Simon brought down. The referee says nothing. Play on. Wow, the players can't believe it. And now Spikes of Nigeria will do defending. Rafael Onyedika just did well by shooting the ball neatly off Mustafa Mohammed. It will be a throw into Spikes of Nigeria. 68 minutes on the clock. Moses Simon still down on the top. Doesn't look good at all. A replay of that one. Yes, Hamdi Fati brought him down. That should have been a foul against Hamdi Fati. But referee did not even say anything. Once again, an area view of the fans right there in Casablanca. Definitely enjoying themselves. This stadium was inaugurated on the 6th of March in 1955 under the name of the Marcel Sedan Stadium in homage to the famous Franco-Moroccan world champion boxer before being renamed Stade d'Honneur a year later. It received its current name on the occasion of the 1983 Mediterranean Games organized in Casablanca in honor of Mohammed V, Sultan of the Sharifian Empire from 1927 to 1957 and the King of Morocco from 1957 to 1962. It primarily hosts association football matches, serving as the home ground of the Morocco national football team and of course local rival football clubs Wydad AC and Raja Casablanca. In 1997, the stadium set a record of attendance of 110,000 during the Casablanca football derby and a match between the Moroccan and of course Ghana national teams. The same record attendance was repeated during Morocco's match against Argentina. That was in 2004. Interestingly, for the Pharaohs of Egypt, their national football team chose the nickname Pharaohs to honor the rich and of course iconic history of ancient Egypt and its powerful rules. It is a symbol of national identity, strength, and of course historical pride. When you look at the key reasons for adopting the nickname, it has to do with the national identity and heritage, symbol of strength and rule, international recognition, and not forgetting cultural connection. Officially the Arab Republic of Egypt. It's the country spanning the northeastern corner of Africa and the southwest corner of Asia via the Sinai Peninsula. It is bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the north, Palestine and Israel to the northeast, the Red Sea to the east, Sudan to the south, and of course Libya to the west. It will be a corner to Spikes of Nigeria from the left. Ademola Lookman whips in that corner, and in swinger, parried away by the goalkeeper. Back to Ademola. Heads that one to Bruno Nyemechi. Rather, Samuel Chukwueze from the left. Samuel whips in the cross. Headed away by the Egyptians. Rami Rabia clears his line. And now they can counter-attack with Emma Shaw. Shaw from the left. And now moves up past Shemilo Gwaja, drops it pass. Yes, they're still with the Egyptians. And now they switch ball to the path of Mo Salah. Mo Salah drops the pass into the penalty box. Wow. A beautiful interception by Hugo Ogbo, still with the Egyptians. Into the back of the net. And no, we are parried by the goalkeeper. Stanley Wabali, definitely offside. Yes, 3 Egyptians. We are definitely caught offside. A beautiful intervention coming from Ogbu Igor. What a passer from Mo Salah. Yes, a man saw that the players were so free at the penalty box, Omar Mamouche and of course Mustafa Mohamed, but they were definitely offside. The red call coming from the referee and of course the 4th official. Seems like another substitution by the Egyptians here. Mustafa Mohamed has seen enough. A man will not be able to continue. Had a player rating of 6.2. Plays for Nantes, right there in the French League on 28 years of age. A striker. 8 accurate passes out of 12. Ibrahim Adel replaces Mustafa Mohamed. Mustafa Mohamed had 21 touches. 4 grand duels won out of 7. Definitely will be having an early shower. Gets a pat on the back by Hossam Hassan. And now play resumes. Rafael Onyedika. And now to Ogbu. Shemilo Ajayi 5-6. Ajayi now to Official Dele Bashiro. Playing as a made a shift wing back. Just replacing Bright Osai Samuel, who pulled something and was substituted. Now to Bruno from the left. Bruno back to Ogbu. Now finds Onyedika, who has got 2 goals in this AFCON. So far, so good. Both the goals coming against the Cranes of Uganda in match day 3 of the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. A beautiful cross-field pass from Shemilo Go looking to find Bruno, but no. To his opponents, now to Ogbu. Being chased down by Salah. Salah just pauses. And now the goalkeeper gets involved. Stanley to Alex. For Spikes of Nigeria, of course, the Egyptians, they are contesting the 32nd AFCON 3rd place playoff. Across the previous 31 matches, the 3rd place playoff has produced 87 goals at an average of 2.85 per game. In 13 of the 31 matches, both the teams have scored. We are yet to get a goal in this encounter. 5 previous playoffs in 1988, 2000, 1998, 2015 and 2023. It was decided by penalty shootout. Hopefully this game doesn't go into penalty. The highest scoring playoff was in 1998 when Burkina Faso cost DR Congo drew 4-4, with DR Congo winning on penalties after Burkina Faso had led 3-0 and of course 4-1. The most recent high scoring playoff ended 3-3 before Cameroon defeated Burkina Faso on penalties, coming back from 3-0 down. Burkina Faso have twice surrendered 3-goal leads and lost on penalties in 1998 and 2021. At the last edition, South Africa defeated DR Congo on penalties after a goalless draw. The biggest victory in a third-place playoff was Egypt's 4-0 win over Congo. That was far back in 1974. Only in 2015 and 2023 did the playoff end goalless, with the DR Congo defeating Equatorial Guinea on penalties in 2015 and losing to South Africa in 2023. 75 minutes on the clock. Egypt nil, Nigeria nil. Cameron pounds on Victor James Osimhen, and of course the skipper of the team, Wilfred Onyendidi. Now play resumes to the Egyptians from the right hand side. Mohamed Hani to Salah. Back to Hani. Hani looking to just beat his man, but no. Job well done by Igor Ogbu. Man is putting in a decent shift in the absence of Kevin Bassey. Super Eagles of Nigeria now attacking Moses Simon from the left. Simon still bumping forward. Yes, well intercepted by Mo Salah. Man coming back to do the lost job defensively. Throwing take it quickly. And now to Alex. And now finds Bruno Yemechi. Ogbu Igo. What a job he has done partnering Shemilogo Ajayi in the heart of the defense. In the absence of Kevin Bassey, who has been as solid as a rock. And we also hear that a man is being scouted by Inter Milan. But Ogbu Igo has done a yeoman's job in this game. So far, so good. A man has got a player rating of 7.1, just behind Osai Simon 7.3, and of course Chukwueze 8.3. The third best rated player for the Eagles in this game. Ogbu, how have you been impressed in this man? So far, so good.
Yeah, very, very impressive. I'm also commending for what you have. I hope it's going to continue that way, not just after the game, but in other matches. But you need to see players because watch the situation as well, because really reach them properly. I've been desirous to play him in the single game after we're at the moment. And so far, I have done so well. So it's shown that when you reach first responsibility to rise to the system. I want to believe that they're going to be better. Yeah, good on. The confidence to do it. It's full of energy, full of facility and all of that. And most of for doing that alongside that's very, very important. And not just him, other players who are making their debut today will be quite impressive. But as I said, the win is very important for Nigeria. We want something to share. To share part after the end of the season. Why not Igbo and what else? Other players will follow. Let's get the result. I like the confidence, more pressure, all the distance, but I think I'm better. Let's get this encounter.
Yeah, maximum goal poacher. Still talking about the player who plays right there in Czech Republic for Slavia Prague, 25 years of age, a centre back. He has been so rock solid tonight for Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think that it's indeed a healthy rivalry, healthy competition. Himself and of course Kevin Bassey.
Yeah, it's definitely no mistake that he's been on the bench. Don't forget, Kevin Bassey has been a Trojan. Otherwise, maybe if he has had shortcomings, perhaps we could have seen a player like Igbo come on for him. But I mean, there is no better defender than Kevin Bassey at the AFCON 2025. He's been amazing. He's been out of this world. So when you have a player like Igbo on the bench as a substitute, as a backup, you know that the future is indeed secured. Our defense line is definitely in good hands. He's been a standout. He's actually been very timely. It kind of reminds me of even Kevin Bassey himself. You know, those breathtaking moments that always happen. He's right there. And of course, very timely, he comes in to actually quell whatever situation it is. So I'm impressed with his outing, no doubt about it. Hoping that it will continue to improve, because trust me, Kevin Bassey, as in
officials said that, yo, look, should have probably raised your flag earlier than now. Obama Mush running through on goal. Well, 80 minutes on the clock. 80 minutes right there in Casablanca. Mo Salah with all of the dangerous passes. Obama Mush running through on goal. Spikers of Nigeria players just raising their hands up for offside. Ajayi with that nudge on Obama Mush to cause an ambush. Once again, a replay of that challenge on Akwa Adams. Well, that was indeed a clear push on Akwa Adams at the penalty box by Hamdi Fati. MGP, let's talk about that. Or wasn't that a foul?
I guess they are just trying to ensure that they frustrate the Nigerian team, because if that is not a penalty, then tell me what is.
Yes,
a
because
penalty,
if it were to be outside, it's a foul.
Yes, but yeah, okay. Let's say even it was out. The referee did not even sound the whistle. That's the point here. He allowed it to just go on. But even though there's a VAR,
well, play has been altered. Yeah, play has been altered. I guess man is being spoken to by the VAR room. Yes, that should definitely call for a foul. Of course, a possible penalty right there. Interesting spectacles of Nigeria yet, and of course in quick succession, Shemilo Gwajayi just nudge Omamamush. It's a play on, quite interesting. Coming from the Moroccan referee Jalal Jayed. Oh, well, no surprises. I ain't surprised at all. It's the AFCON. A cross whipped in by Alex Iwobi, cleared by the Egyptians. 8 minutes on the clock. For the love of me, let's just have a goal. I don't want penalties. Oh, well, maximum goal poacher. Do you think it's high time the GAF actually brings in the big boys, or they should just sit out this game?
Is there a plan to bring on the big boys?
I'm just asking.
If you're talking big boys, we're talking Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
We've seen already introduced Alex Iwobi, Ademola Lookman. Are there any other big boy in that bench? The way I look at Osimhen, it doesn't strike me like a player who will be introduced anytime soon in this game. But I think it would have been a perfect opportunity for him to try to come in and see if he can equalize, equal the record of the Gangly Rashidi Yekini. It's an opportunity. Every game like this, he should take advantage of it. But I guess he's trying to prove a point, because he has maintained that he has no, thoughts about equaling or surpassing Rashidi Yekini. It's about playing for the team. It's about helping the team to win for him. I guess that's just what he's trying to prove. But let's wait and see. Maybe Eric Sekoshel could just think otherwise. Oh,
well, Egyptians now attacking Mo Salah with a cross into a box of Nigeria, but well intercepted by Bruno Imechi. Well, Bruno is doing a yeoman's job today. And now to Samuel Chukwueze. Chukwueze now to Jerome Akwa-Adams. Beautiful one to now to Alex Iwobi from the left-hand side of the pitch. Still with Alex in the half of the Egyptians. And now find Samuel. Samuel just that one to Jerome Akwa-Adams. Just at the edge of the box, still with Adams. He backs the goalpost, so just it to Fisaya Dele Bashiru. Yes, Fisaya just dispossessed neatly. Ball possession 52.5% for the Egyptians, and of course 47.5% to Nigeria. Fisaya has not covered himself in small glory at all since debuting for Bright Society from the right hand side. Now let me get the thoughts off. Mr. Flawless, what do you make of Fisaya? Just losing ball possession cheaply to the Egyptians. We are currently missing Bright.
I don't know. I'll say just fight this man is fine, because he had a opportunity to play for the Eagles a couple of matches now. Unlike most of the leaders, you guys who have participated properly. I want to organize himself at least make more impact. He also is a part of everybody, but not looking to settle. I thought by now that he gets a better understanding. If you want to see, if you want to see, and of course, other players trying to do that, this is not the time to be losing a practice. The practice between us, it should be quick and cross the top to be really fair. These things are very, very important.
Well, a player down on the top, Khalid Sobi. He went into that challenge against Jerome Akwa-Adams, and of course came out worse off. A man is currently being attended to by the medics. It doesn't look good at all. He has been so rock so far so good in this encounter. A player for Al Masri Sports Club. He's 30 years of age, a left back. Khalid Sobri, definitely groaning in pains. Camera pan on the gaffer right there. Hassan Hussein, just still dishing out instructions. You can see that definitely this third place match means a whole lot to him. And of course, Bruno, back to Alex, who was brought on in the second half. Bruno now to a pass into the penalty box of the Egyptians, but Moses Simon was unable to get to that one quickly. To be a corner to Spikes of Nigeria to be taken from the left-hand side. Ademola Lookman will whip in this corner. 85 minutes on the clock. Will this be the first goal of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Corner taken shortly to Alex. Alex now to Ademola inside the penalty box. Ademola from the left hand side. Yes, square play. Wow! So many bodies inside the 60-yard box of the Egyptians. Ademola looking to just drop that ball to Jerome Akwa-Adams. Throwing taken quickly by Alex. And now to Samuel Chukwueze, who has a switch of positions to Bruno. Bruno whips in across. Headed away by the Egyptians. Oh man, defending for the Egyptians. Yes, Omar Mamouche to the left hand side now finds Emma Mashaw just bumping forward. Yes, Onyedika just going back. Still with Ashaw. A man is definitely dispossessed of the ball by Ogbuigo, who plays for Slavia Prague. A referee will reach up for his pocket and of course brandish a yellow card to Ogbuigo. Took that one for the team. A man definitely doesn't understand why he was yellow carded in that instance. Looks more or less like a fair challenger to me. But the referee thinks otherwise. Jalal Jayed. That was a 50-50 challenge. Maximum goal poacher, was that a foul?
I mean, the way he was charging towards the Egyptian, definitely, I'm sure you want to say it was a bit too hard on that one. And, of course, the man was on goal. What do you expect? The referee was right in the front of that action. So maybe not a yellow card, but definitely a foul to Egypt.
Wow, actually brandishes a yellow card to Ogbuigo right there. Make that the third Nigerian to be yellow carded. MGP, are you surprised that 86 minutes on the clock, make that 87? The Egyptians yet to receive a yellow card, just like the Moroccans in the semi-final. Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Do you think they have been, very dreadful in terms of their challenge? I think they've been very organized.
They've actually had 15 fouls, same as Nigeria. So out of those 15 fouls, none should have warranted a yellow card.
That's what I'm saying. You look at fouls are still part of the game. There are certain fouls that referees overlook. It doesn't mean because they have 15 fouls, that means it must result to a yellow card. I think they've been very organized on Arsenal. Yes, you could say that the referee in some way, like I just mentioned now, the last yellow card, I don't think it warrants, the challenge warrants the yellow card, but the referee thinks otherwise. So I wouldn't toe that part of saying, perhaps this is all what we have been talking about, biased officiating and everything. I think so far, I wouldn't say yes, the referee has been biased, but some of the calls have given us reason to ask questions.
Well, both of teams are still asking questions, still knocking. 88 minutes on the clock. Seems as if we might just be going into 120 minutes once again. This is a torture, please. Let's go to the phone line. 0700 2255 1037. 0700 2255 1037. Even my producer definitely feeling the heat right in the studio. The other line 081 2782 8497. 081 3782 8497. The WhatsApp line to drop your messages 07067 28 0732 07067 28 0732. Yes, 88 minutes on the clock. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The first of Egypt nil. Now Ademola Lookman attacking from the right. Now passes the ball to Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi slows down the pace. Still Alex moving. And now finds Ademola. Ademola from the left. A man is well tackled by Emma Mashaw. Yes, a three-man just brought down Ademola. Ademola who refuses to go down. Well, play continues. It's still with the Eagles. Yes, and now to Jerome Akwa-Adams, now to Alex. Alex looking to find Bruno, but they lose ball possession. And now to Mo Salah. Mo Salah from the right. Yes, a beautiful cross-field pass, but no. We just roll to the path of the goalkeeper, who came out as a super goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali Bobo. Allowed him to roll into his penalty box. Also passes to Ogbuigo, who has been yellow carded. And now let's not yellow card this caller. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Kindly do it by turning off your listening device or your radio set. The feedback is just too terrible.
The referee is biased. We had a penalty, not ball. We had a lot of the goals. That was our first goal. Shouldn't be cancelled. My name is Soda, and I'm calling you from Africa.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Oshodeinde. All the way from Abeokuta. One says the referee has been biased. According to him, the man is definitely entitled to his own opinion right there. He feels both goals are chucked off by VAR, should have allowed to stand. Moses Simon from the left. Simon now to Bruno. Bruno looking to whip in across, but no. Drop that pass to Moses, but Moses was unable to read the pass by Bruno. Now to Mo Salah. Mo Salah just a pass to Omar Mamouche. For one Premier League player to another Premier League player. Once again, Stanley Wambali Bobo coming out as a super goalkeeper. Alex Iwobi was definitely yelling for that ball. A replay of that free kick taken by Mo Salah. Mo Salah felt that Nigerian just handled the ball inside the penalty box. But referee says no, Jalal Jayed. 90 minutes already, plus of 4 minutes of additional time. Is all we've got before we go into extra time. 30 players to play off. Still nothing to separate both sides. Northern Giant versus West African Giants. Amongst both nations. We've got 10 AFCON titles. Substitution done by Eric Sekoshel. Samuel Chukwueze out for Chidera Ejuke. Flawless. What do you think referee, or rather the manager now wants to do? Chidera Ejuke. And of course, Shemilogo Ajayo also signaling to be substituted. Hello, Flawless. Can you hear us? Okay. I'm going to the WhatsApp port. Adison says, I don't think there'll be extra time. The match goes straight to penalties. Match goes straight to penalties if it ends in draw, according to Kade from Abeokuta. Now let's go back to Lagos. Hello, Raymond. Can you now hear us?
Yes, I was trying to confirm.
Okay.
I was trying to confirm information that we're going to direct penalty start for the game. If no winner is met in 90 minutes. And that means in a couple of minutes from now, we'll be able to know who wins this top place game between Nigeria and Egypt.
Another substitution to be done by Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, 92 minutes already. I guess these substitutions are for players who can take penalties. For the second time successively, Super Eagles of Nigeria will be involved in penalty shootout. 90 plus 2 already. A player down being attended to by the medics. Stanley Wambali Bobo. Reminds me of the Carabao Cup, whereby it was also straight to penalties. And I think football rules should just be changed. After 90 minutes, please don't take us through the torture of extra time. Let's just go straight into penalties. Shemilogo Ajayi out of 4. Awaziem. Yes, Chidozie Awaziem. MGP, could this be penalty substitutions for Super Eagles?
Please don't remind us of that penalty substitution. Because the last time we saw is the same thing the manager said. These are the best penalty takers in his squad, the likes of Chukwueze and Bashiru. And unfortunately, we also how it panned out for us. Yes, I think it's about burning out. Semi Ajayi has been one of the standouts. He's actually had a fantastic tournament. Earlier on, it was Bright Osai Samuel. These are the players who have really enjoyed Nigeria's participation at the Nations Cup. So it's no surprise for me that they have been substitutions, the one after the other, because definitely you expect them to burn out. You know, the fact that the game will not even go into extra time makes one understand the magnitude or the firm, like the goalkeeper is actually like a fine wine. As the tournament is aging, is actually getting better. So it's amazing how Nigerian players have actually rose to the occasion. I definitely will say kudos to them. Even if they go on to lose this penalty, we are tired of a third place finish. Nobody's interested in it. We're actually fulfilling all righteousness, in my opinion, by playing this third place final.
Now Mo Salah just looking to draw a pass towards the path of the striker. Yes, right there in the English Premier League. Half and half will be played right there at City Ground. Nottingham Forest nil, the Arsenal nil. Maybe just like the Amazon goal poacher said, to fulfill all righteousness. And let me also do this one for the Arsenal fans. And before we jet out of the studio, yes, the confirmed lineups right there for the Arsenal, a 4-3-3 formation. Juren Timber, just number 12. Gabriel Magalhaes, just number 6. William Saliba, just number 2. Ben White, just number 4. Declan Rice, just number 41. Martin Zubimendi, just number 36. Martin Odegaard, just number 8. Gabriel Martinelli, just number 11. Victor Ena Yokeres, just number 14. Not forgetting Noni Madueke, just number 24. Nottingham Forest, the home side. a 4-3-3 formation as well. In between the sticks, Matt Sells, just number 26. Olaino, just number 34. Nikola Milenkovic, just number 31. Murillo, just number 5. Neko Williams, just number 3. Ibrahim Sangare, just number 6. Elliot Anderson, just number 8. Nicolas Dominguez, just number 16. Callum Austin-Odoi, just number 7. Hugo Jesus, just number 19. Not forgetting Morgan Gibbs-White, just number 10. There you have it, the starting lineup for the Arsenal, of course, Nottingham Forest. Currently 30 minutes on the clock. No goal to report in that encounter. 95 minutes already. Right then, Casablanca. Just a matter of seconds before the fat lady will sing and, of course, the blows whistle. The play is still in action. Most definitely, Alex Iwobi. And now to Awazim. Finally, the fat lady sings. Jalal, third place playoff finals right there in Stade Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. Straight into penalties. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. Egypt nil. Crosses in 9:20. Goalkeeper saves a 4-1. Of course, goal kicks a 5-6. So, of course, most of course, Moses Simon just talking to Jalal Jayed. Yes, it will be a toss of the coin to know the sides that the penalty will not be taken. Okay, let's pick your calls. Let's go to the phone line. 0700 2255 1037. 081 2782 In recent times, Super Eagles of Nigeria have been so unlucky with regards to penalties. Hopefully today, Super Eagles of Nigeria get to smile. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
A beautiful evening to you, sport fan. Welcome to the broadcast.
Hello, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I am Ezekiel calling from Abeokuta.
Welcome, Ezekiel, all the way from Abeokuta. Definitely, dry bones shall rise again, my brother.
Hello, the earlier James Osimhen is brought in the better before Mo Salah is allowed to do all the damage. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. But then again, yes, substitutions can no longer be made. It's already end of 90 minutes. Straight to penalties. Man says before Mo Salah does the damage. Yeah, let's just be picking your calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello, this is Reverend Sakata from Washington.
Yeah, welcome, Reverend. Evangelize.
I pray we win.
Amen.
Incredible. But I pray we win. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, thank you very much, Reverend. Going spiritual right there. Man says he prays we win. Talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Super Eagles of Nigeria have lost 2 penalty shootouts in recent times. Late last year in the World Cup playoff final against the Leopards of DR Congo. And of course, just a couple of days ago, against the Atlas Alliance of Morocco. And right about now against a North African team, the first of Egypt. Yes, all teams just gathered and of course speaking to one another. Right about now, Stanley Wambali Bobo speaking to the players. A man knows that it's now or never. He actually saved the penalty again. He also stopped the 2 penalties against the Leopards of DR Congo as well. Man has been so unlucky in between the sticks of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Hopefully the players that will take these penalties for the Eagles will definitely solve. And of course, make it to Rabat tomorrow to go receive their bronze medals. Super Eagles of Nigeria just fighting for a 9th bronze medal. The most by any nation. They already have 8. For the Egyptians, they've got 3. Will it be 4 bronze medal for Egypt or the 9th bronze medal? 4. Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now let me speak to Raymond. Let's go to Lagos. 8 penalties. Any man's game.
Waiting is very important to know who wins this encounter. They're doing their best as far as they are concerned, and I want to believe that they will complete the job. Let them get the win in this penalty shootout. This stadium, I remember from years ago, was where Nigeria got a victory against Morocco. Way back in 1984, ahead of the Los Angeles Olympic Games. It was goalless in the between Nigeria and Morocco that time. Another team of Mary Krimo, the team of Harry Wosu and all of that. But eventually Nigeria won on this pitch. Fatah Yakin is covering the last goal for Nigeria. And I hope that Lord would really smile on Nigeria today. This time against Egypt in this third place encounter. We hope Eagles will get it right, and let's smile from here.
Well, Maximum Gopocha.
Listen, you got to take the sports key correctly. I mean, it's about picking your spots and, of course, sticking there. Penalties are lottery. It's anybody's game. However, you must carefully choose your penalty takers. He ranks among the top penalty takers. It's unfortunate what happened to him on that
He has
night.
been substituted MGP.
Oh, he has already been?
Yeah, Ejuke in for Chukwueze.
So, otherwise, I would have really wanted him to step up and redeem himself. But let's see how it goes.
Okay. Yes, both the teams just a line up right there. Who will get the bronze medal? Will it be Egypt or will it be Nigeria? Who goes first for this penalty? Camera pans on Mo Salah of Egypt. And of course of Liverpool. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will go first. Who will it be? Fisayo Dele Bashiru. A man who has got a player rating of 6.3. Just number 10 plays for the Bianco Celesti, SSC Lazio. A central midfielder. 24 years of age. Up against Shober. Mustafa Ahmed Shober of Al Ahly. Right in Egypt, 25 years of age. That's the goalkeeper of Egypt. Fisayo Dele Bashiru. One-on-one with Shober. Man is absolutely concentrated. Focused. Eyes on the prize. Takes his run. Bashiru saves. Bottom left corner. Of course, the goalkeeper saves that one. Oh, what was that coming from Fisayo Dele Bashiru? Penalty missed by Nigeria. Yes, a Shoba dived the right way. Absolutely covered that one. Super Eagles of Nigeria missed their first penalty. Could this be deja vu? Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, who plays for Liverpool, has got a player rating of 6.8 in this game. Talk about Mo Salah, 33 years of age, a right winger. Salah, up against the chief for Stanley Wambali Bobo. Salah, a man is so focused. Does it for Liverpool, times with that number. Mo Salah. Yes, it takes that run. Mo Salah saves. Wow! Stanley Wambali Bobo saves the penalty by Mo Salah. Salah was looking for the left corner. Stanley Wambali Bobo with a big save. Dived the right way. Wow! Maximum Gopocha save for the world. Save for the century. Stanley Wambali Bobo saves Mo Salah's shots.
The tournament already for me because it's amazing. There are times where the pressure piles in and you're unable to cope. But Stanley Wambali has shown that everything that has been thrown at him, and I mean, he's finishing this tournament really strong. That's keeping Nigeria in this contest. Otherwise, it started to look like we might just be losing yet another penalty shootout.
Now to Jerome Aqua Adams, who plays for Sevilla, striker, 25 years of age. Has got a player rating of 5.9. Accurate passes of 5 out of 7. He got a goal. It was chalked off. 2 goals so far in this ongoing AFCON. Camera zooms in on Aqua Adams. Just 32 takes that run. Adams! Absolutely bottom left corner. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. A 5 penalty by Adams. So Raymond, that's how you take penalties. The first man gets the first goal. And now Super Eagles of Nigeria lead. The Egyptians will take their second penalty. Omar Mamouche. Man who was brought in the second 45. Omar Mamouche, another Premier League player up against Stanley Wambali Bobo. Mamouche misses. Stanley Wambali Bobo saves that one with his left foot. Yes, Mamouche aiming for the center of the goalpost. 2 Premier League players misses against a PSL player, Stanley Wambali Bobo. What a night it is for Super Eagles of Nigeria. What a net for Stanley Wambali Bobo, a chief. Wow. Definitely a missed chief against the Egyptians. Maximum goal poacher, Stanley with the 2 saves against Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, and of course, Omar Mamouche, the Egyptian prince. A chief.
I love the way you put it. A player of the PSL denying 2 top Premier League players a penalty. It's a big statement. Penalties are difficult to save, and this man has done it back to back. We saw he had 1 save in the penalty shootout against Morocco, and we know how he does it out there for his club side in the PSL. When it comes to penalty, he's one goalkeeper that you never look at. You want to make substitution because you have a better penalty saver on the bench. No, it is always Stanley Nwabali, and indeed, is living up to expectation here.
Now, the skipper of the team, Moses Daddy Ajala Simon, will take this penalty for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Will Simon score not? Yes, it does. The same spot Jerome Akwadam sent his to bottom left corner, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. After 3 penalties for Nigeria, they've scored 2. Missed 1. Egyptians have missed all 2. Yes, and now Super Eagles of Nigeria, they are in the driving seat. They are in firm control of this encounter. Maybe for the first time in 3 of the last games, they will be winning a penalty shootout. The fans right there, they are already bouncing, of course, the boisterous. Stanley Wambali Bobo showing what it means to be a top penalty saver. Yes, another penalty taker for the Egyptians. Once again up against Stanley Wambali Bobo. Yes, Rami Rabia sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom right corner, Stanley beating. Rabia scores the first penalty for the Egyptians. Yes, a defender. That was a cool Cameron Costa collected. As a cool as a cucumber by Rami Rabia. Man has got a player rating of 7.3, has been so unplayable. Plays for Alain. A centre back, 32 years of age. Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi will take the next penalty for Super Eagles of Nigeria. A man who was brought in the second half. A left winger, Fulham, looking to cause harm. 29 years of age. Alex Iwobi up against the Shoba. He scores this one. Egyptians lose. And of course, it's done and dusted. Man smiles. Definitely wanted this one as a corner. As a cool as a cucumber from Alex Iwobi. What a fine penalty by Alex Iwobi. All smarts coming from Alex Iwobi. I dare say Super Eagles of Nigeria a march into victory. Well, he misses. Super Eagles of Nigeria scored the win. He scores. Super Eagles of Nigeria scored the also win as well. Saba up against Stanley. Wow, into the roof of the net. A top right corner. Saba definitely rattles the back of the net. Sent the goalkeeper the right way. But for the goalkeeper was unable to meet that one. Mahmoud Saba, 24 years of age. A final penalty to be taken by Ademola Lookman, a former African Footballer of the Year, who plays for Atalanta Bergamo. 8 years of age. 6.0 player rating. An attacking midfielder. Ademola to win for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Bronze medal match against the Pharaohs of Egypt. The goalkeeper speaking to the referee. Shaban, of course, Jalal Jayed. Yeah, Super Eagles of Nigeria players just waiting to celebrate. Will Ademola cooperate? Drop the ball. Man is so focused. Stands Akimbo. Breathes in, breathes out. Ademola Lookman who wins it for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, they clinched the bronze medal of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. After 90 minutes, nothing to separate them, went into penalties. Super Eagles of Nigeria clinched their 9th bronze medal of the Africa Cup of Nations, and they go to celebrate with their away fans right there. And of course, Stanley Wambali Bobo. It's a done and dusted. Yes, where the cookie crumbles. Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, Eric Sakushel. At the first time of asking, who wins a bronze medal for Team Nigeria. Congratulations to Super Eagles of Nigeria. And of course, better luck next time to the first of Egypt. Maximum goal poacher. Finally, Super Eagles of Nigeria win on penalties.
Yes, well, congratulations, Donald. Congratulations, Nigeria. I mean, they deserve to finish on the podium. It has been a very wonderful tournament for the Nigerian national team. Donald Senna, we often anchor shows together. We often express the bitterness that the Super Eagles cannot actually spin passes together. But today, we are proud of our national team. A third place finish, 9th in their history, is worth it. Absolutely. I'll say congratulations again to the Super Eagles. For the manager, he's done pretty well. From finishing in the quarterfinal with Mali to getting to the semi-final and winning the third place finish, that's a massive statement from Eric Sekoshel. It now remains to be seen if he will continue in the helm as far as Super Eagles is concerned.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maximum Goal Poacher, for doing this with us. Until tomorrow, the biggest of them all. The Terenga Lions versus the Atlas Lions. It's all about a battle of the Lions who will route to victory. Only time we tell, most definitely.
Yes, surely it's going to be another big game, Donald. I can't wait for that one. Yes, I wish it was Nigeria, but we are done and dusted as far as the Nations Cup, and we have given our fans the best of our coverage, and it's only right that we finish strong.
Yeah, talking about finishing strong. Now let's go to Lagos. Raymond Akparere, what a flawless performance by the Eagles via penalties. 9th bronze medal.
Well done, Super Eagles. At least for making us have something to smile about. At least we're going to record the book as the nation has done well regularly on the team with 100% record. As far as the bronze medal against are concerned, it's something to share it, at least the consolation as far as the 25th Nation Cup is concerned. I know that we're going to reorganize our football, we want to improve on this. Those are troubles, those things that had always gone on to backward, poor administration of the game, poor decisions and all of that. All that will have been learned. When players now go on strike under a regime that makes it so difficult to get a coach, then you know that such a level is not ready to win the African Cup. I hope when the elections come up next around, those who are putting this attention will find ourselves.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Raymond Akpara. And of course, Stanley Wambali Bobo, who wins the man of the match.
Not a surprise, I tell you. He has done well and he deserves to be celebrated. With him as our number one goalkeeper, and I think he has again been confirmed. I have confirmed that he does not have any rival. And it's something to share about man of the match. I played when he gets a better club.
Yeah, thank you very much, Raymond. Until tomorrow, when we culminate everything, our coverage of the Total Energy.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, indeed. Au revoir.
The word na caution. Now today, now let us rewind.
Okay, now let's go to the phone line and feel the pulse of the sport fans. Hello, good evening.
Reverend Zachariah Olubayo Tanimbola from Wasme. We thank God we won.
Yeah.
Thank God, the Lord God. We need to give kudos to Iwabali. He tried a lot. Kudos to him. Up Nigeria.
Absolutely, up Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah, thank you very much, Reverend Zachariah Olubayo. Right, and wow, see me. Super Eagles of Nigeria will definitely make it to the podium. They will travel to Rabat tomorrow to receive their bronze medal. And of course, just like Raymond said, hopefully for Stanley Wambali Bobo, he actually gets a better team. He has 7 penalties against the likes of Omar Mamouche and of course Mo Salah. Come on, it doesn't get bigger, better than that. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Ola from Abeokuta.
Welcome, Ola.
Booyaka.
Absolutely. God bless you, my brother. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ola. Okay, still picking your calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Well done.
Good evening. Welcome.
I am Ezekiel calling from Abeokuta. I think Stanley Wabele has definitely, by his performances, marketed himself
Yes,
to
so
topmost European clubs. And this present Eagle squad should be sustained. They should be called to go to Tunisia or any other country. Thank you. Well done.
absolutely. Thank you very much. A man says this squad of the Super Eagles of Nigeria needs to be sustained and of course, maintained. Because their football is as sweet like plantain. And, of course, they should not allow Stanley Wambali Bobo to just go, or even Eric Sekushel. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Baba for Liverpool, your Liverpool player don't kill Egypt.
Yeah. At this type of thing, it's supposed to do that final, that's the new final. See what they can do. Now, when they are there for next day, when we don't win it, we are very happy. Now, there's everybody can back that goes, this time, the way that they get, it looks like they take up level, they get now. And we are with all the people, now, we get for that now, but I can't stop that, level to after that, now, one thing we're supposed to do at the night time, again, now, congratulations to everybody they complain about it, what is the new one? They try well for Nigeria, but Nigeria is a problem of Nigeria for those and all that. They're not supposed to do like that. They're supposed to consider it okay. This is not for it's a guy movement. So that they know that to be that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Baba for Liverpool. Oga Jeremiah. Yes, so after 90 minutes, it's a goalless Super Eagles of Nigeria won on penalty. So 4-2 against the Pharaohs of Egypt. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Big GT.
Yeah, good evening, Big Sports of Fan, BSF.
This is President.
Welcome.
A very big congratulations to the Super Eagles and a sign of warning to the NFF. The mistakes of the past shouldn't be repeated again because it seems like maybe Sherry might move on, we don't know yet. But in this AFCON now, they have seen by themselves that when you have a coach who can do his own team that he trusts, your football team will go far in any tournament and they will qualify for any tournament. The mistakes of using 4 coaches in World Cup qualifier and yet who pick that ticket in World Cup should not be allowed to repeat in Nigerian football again. Anytime, whether in the next generation or in this one generation, I congratulate Tati Wabani, I can congratulate the entire team, I congratulate Mr. Kuche. He has delivered. He did not fail us in any way at all. Bringing the bronze medal home is a big achievement. Congratulations to the entire team. Thank you and have a nice day. Congratulations to you for giving us all the commentary. And may God bless you immensely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. God bless you immensely as well for always tuning in. And of course, being an active participator on the show. Resident President, thank you for always residing with us. This one says, up Super Eagles, so thank God we carry the day. Ajibade Tiamiyo from Ijayi, right in Abeokuta. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank God for Nigeria winning the teachers. Please, are we still in court over the World Cup ticket?
Well, we are still awaiting an official report from FIFA, but for NFF, they've sent a report or they've sent a petition to FIFA. So yes, that matter is still under investigation.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations once again to Super Eagles.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This one says, well, we take a bronze up Liverpool. Okay, 7:27, still Eagles 7. I've gotten less than 3 minutes to vacate to the studio. I will leave here by 7:30 p.m. Let me see if I can still entertain 1, 2, or even more calls as well. Okay, let's go. Hello, good evening.
Big game player.
Yeah, big sports fan.
So we are actually on the line. Good evening.
Welcome. See, now legend by Egypt.
No, you know what? Actually, even for the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan, I still want my. No, I just have to be patriotic Nigeria. So it's not, I can't come again and say that I want Egypt to carry today. So I just have to go with my country. Well, good game between both countries, Nigeria and Egypt. You know what? See, BJP. This Stanley Omabali. No. I think this guy, maybe he doesn't to just like be more mature between the sticks. He's a good goalkeeper. Even the last World Cup in Cote d'Ivoire, the last Nations Cup rather in Cote d'Ivoire, he did a very good job. He did well. I think he was one of the best goalkeepers in the last Nations Cup too. He has proven himself today again. Even the semi-final we lost against Morocco. No, he did very well too. He was outstanding. Today too, he has proven himself again. But those that played the penalty today, how I wish Eric Sekuchel will have. He used Moses played penalty today. Simon played penalty. He will be played penalty, and Luke also played penalty. He should have used those players, but no. This one, it can't happen again. It's only wish, if only you can turn back the hands of time. After I do stay here online if I call, but it's not possible. But thank God at least we won the bronze, so it's a good one. It's a good one. The congratulations to all Nigerians. Congratulations to the Super Eagles, and congratulations to Eric Sekuchel. And thank you for the good job you've been doing right from the start of this AFCON to this very present moment. I know you are still going to keep us abreast till tomorrow too. All right. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely night.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Osovia Awiakinlolo. Exactly 7:30 p.m., January 17, 2026. Yes, with that being said, yes, we'll drop anchor on everything ultimate football experience on your Champions Dial Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. A very big thank you to the sport fans out there for riding with us since 1 p.m. when we started with the ultimate football experience for the launch time kickoff right in the Premier League up until now. Tomorrow, we shall draw curtain finally on the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. We shall be on the MIC by 7:30 p.m. Yours truly, the maximum goal poach, and of course, Mr. Flawless. What a ride it's been from the 21st of December. We shall run up until the 18th of January 2026. Once again, thank you. Yes, I'll continue soaring with the Eagles on Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. I remain yours in sports, Donald Senna, a.k.a. Donaldo, the big game player. Follow me online. The conversation continues online. On Instagram, Donaldo_BGP. On TikTok, Donaldo_BGP. Do it for yourself a beautiful night's rest. Don't allow the weekend to weaken you to the end. God bless you.